Hey guys, it's Davey, and I'll be going over the Valorant peaking fundamentals. And these are going to be very important, especially when it comes to player mechanics. It's going to be very important, especially if you want to improve as a player. It's also going to be huge when it comes to team play. So we're going to go over jump peaking, slicing the pie, jiggle peaking, and we're going to go over your dead zoning and your smoke peaking as well. So to get things rolling here, slicing the pie is finding angles that you can visualize that enemies would possibly be at. So in order to get started on slicing the pie here, so let's say I'm approaching this angle right here. You want to keep increasing your crosshair volume a bit more. So it's like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you take the shot. That's how you slice the pie. You can always take your time with this as well. Slow and steady always wins the race, I guess. But this is how you want to slice the pie here. Slicing the pie is huge, especially when it comes to Valorant. It's going to be very important as well, just because you have to visualize in your mind where the enemies could possibly be at, possible dangers. So it could just be anywhere on the map, really. You just want to, so like common angles, like A main, or like if you're approaching a site here, if you're attacking, that's when you want to slice the pie, really. Now we're going to go over your jump peeking. So jump peeking is a way of gathering information. So in order to do jump peek, you want to have the forward momentum by pressing W. Then you want to stop the momentum by pressing the S key and the A key, depending on which direction you're approaching from. So then you want to jump as soon as you want to find, like, as soon as you're basically getting into there as well, before you hit the S key. That's how you perform the jump peek, or jumping peek. It's going to be the same thing, just the opposite direction for the other side. It's like, I know it's not perfect or anything, but let's just use right here, for example. You're going to just press the opposite key, you're going to press the D key. Just like that. It's a great way of gathering information, especially if you want to gather information safely. Unless you're playing against, I don't know, simple. It's a great way of gathering information, though, especially if you want to bait out op shots. Another way to bait out op shots would be jiggle peeking. Jiggle peeking, you always want to hug the wall that's like right in front of you. You don't want to be far back, because if you jiggle peek, your body's going to be a lot more exposed than, I'd say, up closer. But you're just more at risk of being up closer as well. So it's fairly risky peek. So you just want to press A and D as fast as you can. You also want to try and get as much momentum going as well. Try and peek as fast as you can. So this is jiggle peeking for you right here. Super fucking lag, but it's cool. But A and D, that's how you jiggle peek. And then we're going to go over smoke peeking next. So if you were to smoke a choke point, and there's like nothing else, like B, and then like, you know, you don't have information A because it's smoked off. It could be sitting in the smoke or anything, or just sitting wherever. You don't want to peek in the smoke with your gun out. Just approach. You don't want to approach it like this. That's like, I wouldn't know how to say it, but that's just basically a danger zone. Because smokes, anything could possibly happen in there. No, you never know if anyone could be in here. So how you want to approach the smoke peek is you want to have as much momentum as you can when you approach a smoke. You don't want to face inside of it. You want to face away from the smoke. You go in, and then you just try to kill people in the smoke. So you just look away from the smoke. You don't want to look in the direction of the smoke. You want to have as much momentum as you can while you go in the smoke. So you just go in here, you turn in the smoke. So here, turn in the smoke. You kill the people in the smoke. You don't want to just face forward. And then you can also approach it from different angles as well. It's very handy, especially like, you know, choke points right here. Approach it from right here. Go in. Because you don't want to just approach it from the front. That'd be way too predictable, in my opinion. Now, we're going to go over basic dead zoning. Dead zoning is like counter strafing, but counter strafing in Valorant isn't really needed. So just to say, keep your movement in check. You don't need to press WAD at all, because Valorant movement is a lot more slower than CS. So all you need is just A and D key. You don't have to press D and A, or A and D. So in order to get like started, or to master your dead zoning, we're gonna start like opposite side of the beam here. So I'm just gonna focus on this shadow right here. So you wanna don't want to focus your mouse movement or anything, but you just want to incorporate. Trying to keep your crosshair or your bullet all in one group. So you can practice it in burst if you want. As soon as you get the hang of it, you don't want to see any blue in your shooting error. Shooting error would be in video, stats, gameplay stats. I have both on right now, but usually don't want to see blue. You want to see mainly orange. Orange and green is the one you want to see. You don't want to see any blue. So as long as you keep this consistent, you can move on to this. Doing it for both sides. I want to incorporate any mouse movement. You want to keep it as a burst as well, because bullet RNG is super random. You never know which bullet, where the bullet's going to go. And as soon as you got the hang of that, you already mastered dead zoning. But in order to like improve your dead zoning, practice range, try to keep your crosshair on the bot, keep it on his head. So as you move your crosshair along as well, or move your mouse, just to try and track that like bot of the head of the bot. And this could be anyone really, just as long as you have mastered, you'll be just fine. And then I will post a video on how to play DM as well. Or probably just plug in another video from someone else, like Royal G. But you always want to, when you're doing this type of stuff, you don't want to always include so much mouse movement. You also want to do you also want to move your character as well. So you don't want to move your mouse as much. This movement, huge key factor in this game as well. Especially, and I say if you guys want to improve your dead zoning, you'd practice with a Guardian here, either in deathmatch or in the range, Guardian or Sheriff, because Guardian has first bullet accuracy, even especially with ADS. Sheriff's kind of wouldn't be too sure, but you guys can just practice this. And that's about it all I have for you guys today. I'll go over how I warm up in death matches to keep my aim like fairly consistent. But other than that, you guys all have a nice night now.